ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Brick in the Mall. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because today, I'm a little bit ill. You might be able to hear it in my voice a little bit. I'm not quite as excited as I usually am at the beginning of a video. Little bit ill, I do apologize, but the show must go on. So welcome back. Today is going to be part 12 of another Brick in the Mall. It is day number 110, and I've gone ahead and cleared out all of the debt that we had. I decided to get rid of that before we started today because I felt like that was probably a pretty good idea. I also made some changes to OBLS. At night, there is no longer I believe like 10-ish people working the tills. There's, I think, 6 during the night, which is totally fine. We are still having a bunch of problems, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. We are still having some issues. But we do save a little bit of money when we don't have 10 people working overnight. Honestly, we can probably drop it down to 5 or even 4 people working the tills at night. We might do that in a little bit. But there was some very interesting feedback on the previous episode, some of which mentioned that perhaps we could have OBLS expand into the space that's currently taken up by Beverage Plus. That might be a bit of an idea, because Beverage Plus isn't doing much. Now, it is worth remembering that last time we did go ahead and expand things so we can get a bunch of people coming in over here. So Beverage Plus at this point is actually managing to pull a bit of a profit. It has a 17% profit margin, which I think is still possibly the worst out of all of the profit margins. McDillan's is 69%, OBLS is 58%, Rural Outfitters 92%, Nerdsoft Store 94%, Appliance Shop 76%, Big Bowls is actually 0%, so no, Big Bowls is doing pretty bad. Then McLaughlin Movie House is 75%. So interestingly, Big Bowls is doing worse than Beverage Plus, but I'd like to try and do something to help Beverage Plus a little bit, and expanding OBLS into that space would be a way to help things. We would be able to bring in more cashiers for OBLS as well, which is definitely a good idea, but we'll see about that. Because today, I do also want to focus on this place over here just a little bit. And yes, I know that it wasn't evenly spaced when I went ahead and built it in the previous episode. I have since fixed that. This side over here had a spacing of 3. It is now 4, much like this side over here as well. And of course, as you can see, I went ahead and added a fountain to the middle and some different floor textures and all of that stuff. So that's all sorted. Don't worry about the symmetry, it is fixed. Now, something I would like to do is I'd like to go to road work for a second, and I want to put a road just there. And I want to do the same just, is that actually spaced correctly? Let's see, I think it is, yeah. So then I want to do the same just there. Because what I'm thinking is I can connect up this little space like this. I think that's how, did I do it that way down there? Yeah, I did. I can connect this all up. And what I can do is put a loading zone there and there, and a loading zone there and there. In fact, we'll double up on this side a little bit. Just like that, because it means that what I can do is pretty much go ahead and copy this layout for shops and do it over here, and then we have the loading zone right back here. We have this giant parking lot in front. Now, obviously, this one might have to move. But for the time being, I'm actually okay with this. I am completely okay with this because I think I can make it work. Now, what we'll do here is pretty much go ahead and have maybe 2 more shops or 1 big shop in here. Another storage area over here. In fact, I'm going to put another loading zone there. And there, and there, and there as well. So we get all these loading zones in here. We have 1 big shop, another storage area over here, 2 more shops. I'm pretty sure that we can make something pretty cool here. I will say I don't like that that loading zone is like that at the moment. So I'm actually going to go ahead and remove that loading zone and replace it with a garbage area. That's probably a bit of a better idea. So garbage pickup can go there. And garbage pickup can also go just there. And that should be totally fine. Now, there was another thing in the comments of the previous episode. You guys were going a little bit nuts about it. Apparently, I didn't extend the area for McDillan's at one point. It's extended, I think. I don't remember, but I think it might have been when I went ahead and placed in the booths as opposed to the tables. Maybe I didn't extend the area when I did that. I don't remember, but the area for McDillan's is extended. It is the way it needs to be. So you don't need to worry too much about that. Anyway, the garbage areas are in place, which is absolutely beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how expensive it would be to build some foundation like this. So that's going to cost 119,000. Now that's a lot of money, but I feel like that's kind of necessary. So what I'm going to do today, I think, is I'm going to spend a lot of time. I'm going to spend a lot of time working on the design of the new mole. So oh wow, daily debt of 13,000, but I'll be getting nearly $1 million. Let's bring the daily debt down to 10,000. So to about there. I'm getting $750,000. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to hope for the best. So we have a lot of money. We have a lot of money, and I want to see if I can make this work. So the mole is going to extend like that. And that's going to be fine. What we're then going to do is go to walls, and I want a wall across there, and I want a wall across there. And I'd like to remove the wall that's in this spot. Because what we're going to do is have two really big shops just there. Then we're going to have another storage area. So if we go into foundations, what way is this going to work? Can I do foundation there? No. That's going to be a little bit strange, I think. But it should be all right. Like that's technically a thing. Will it let me do that? Oh, it does. Okay. No, that's totally fine. Let's see what we can do. So this area here is 15 by 8. So we'd want to do 15 by 8. Yeah, that's fine. That is totally fine right there. So that's going to be the other storage area. Then up here, we want a similar thing, which is 15 by 8. Then we fill in that space, and we should be totally okay. Now, what I will do is go around and get some doors on all of this. So if we go to objects, we do want to get ourselves some double doors. Will they go central on this bit, though? That's the real question. There's 5 in the right, 5 in the left. I think that's central. So we'll get some nice big double doors on all of that. I'll not bother with any double doors in the back here, because I don't know that that's something I want. I will put some staff doors just in those corners, though. I know there's one there, and that is going to stay there, and I will put one there as well, but like this should be fine. This should be totally okay. This shop here probably does actually need a staff door now that I think about it, because we're going to have people bringing storage stuff from in here. So maybe I will add like a staff door to that corner and that corner, and we'll hope for the best. And we'll do the same up on this end as well. So staff doors in all of the corners in the center and the center. Then the same down there. So we'll get all those doors in. That's hopefully going to do some good stuff for us. I do want to go to floor tiles. I do want to get the wood, and I do want to extend it like this, because I kind of like that pattern of having the wood going around the area with the tiles in the middle. And to be honest, I kind of like the smaller tiles. So we'll go for that sort of thing. I'm probably going to end up moving the fountain out of there as well. Although I could probably make that quite symmetrical. I don't know. We'll see what we end up doing here. Let me go to foundations again, and let me just fill up this area. Because I'd really like to go ahead and actually get this giant structure open today. I'd really like to do that. So again, we go to objects. Or rather, again, we go to remove walls and objects, because this wall needs to go. And then what we'll do is we want to build a wall like this. Now, I hope this ends up all working nicely. If it doesn't, then I've measured something wrong. Oh, you know what? Have I measured something wrong here? I don't know if I have. I think we're okay. I'm pretty sure we're okay. So that comes out to about that spot across to there. That goes down to there and to there. And then I just need to put the doors in, and we're totally okay. So, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to have a lot of very specific shops in this particular mall. I do like the idea of of having a lot of specific shops. I do think that'll be a pretty good idea. So we could do like one type of electronics or one type of drink or one type of clothes or just something like that. I think that could be a fun idea. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the tiles and all into this place that we're going to need. So what I'm thinking is we'll do the green tiles there. And we'll do the green tiles there. We'll do the pink tiles just there and down there as well. This one in the middle, I'm actually going to go for like the yellow tiles because why not? So some yellow tiles in that one and on that one. Can I get these tiles here for that little bit? No, I cannot. That's totally okay. And what we'll do is just go ahead and do this sort of thing around all of this space again, which is absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to go back to the big tiles. Now that I think about it, I think it did look a little bit better with the giant tiles. Maybe it would be an idea to separate it in the middle. I think that kind of works. And if we go back to objects, we can get ourselves another fountain, which is going to go there. So that's okay. And we can put one there. And we can put one there. Now, those are $20,000 each, and I'm aware that they are very, very expensive, but that should be okay. Isn't there an ATM in here? Yes, there is. Is it rotatable? No, it isn't. It can't be rotated. Of course it can't. Excellent. Okay, I feel like this game sort of is supposed to have the general orientation of things be vertical, and I'm potentially capable of orienting this thing vertically, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Anyway, let's get the last few floor tiles into all of this. And then we can go ahead and start figuring out what the stores are actually going to be. Because I still don't really know. I'm still not certain. But I like this. I do feel like this is a pretty good start. So, I have seen a few people that are saying that maybe I could move OBLS into its own big space in here, and I do like that as an idea. I do think that could be kind of fun. I'm also looking at this and realizing I could totally have this be like a kitchen for a nice McDillan's over here. But I don't know. We'll see about that. I think what I want to do is move these 3 stores first. So, I think we could do, well, again, I need to split them too, because if we look into our needs, if we look into needs and we go to electronics and appliances, so laptops are something that can get tier 2 stuff, games consoles as well. And then there's like a smartphone place. Let's do like a proper smartphone store. So that's what this place is going to be. So if we go to build, we go back to objects. Number 1, we need a checkout counter. Now, the checkout counter should be easy enough. It can actually go, like, there, pretty much. But I'll put it down here. I'll put it, like, there, and that should be fine. Then, all of the products for this store. Now, where do we put smartphones? Can smartphones go on tables? They can. So, the smartphones for this place are going to go on tables. Just all the way along there. We could put some up here as well. The queue actually is in this row here. So what I can totally do is put some smartphones along that wall as well. And that whole shop is smartphones. And I think that'll be pretty cool. So what we want to do is we need to go to assign and we need to go to store. And this is store 17. That's fine. Let me also go to storage and assign a bunch of different storage areas here as well. So those are all, that's going to be 4 decently sized storage areas, which is totally fine. What we'll do as well is actually go around and assign all of these as different stores. Even though we're not going to be putting anything in all of them immediately, I just want to get some of this mall up and running. That's my goal here. I don't think any of these will be food courts or fast food restaurants anyway. These are all going to be actual shops. We'll make specific kind of lots for fast food in a little bit. So what we'll do is go to manage, and this is store 17, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. And this is going to just be the nerd phone store. That's what we're going to go for. Then storage 18 is going to be renamed to Mole Store 1. So Mole Store Storage 1. That's totally fine. So the Nerd Phone Store is going to be assigned to Mole Storage 1. And that's going to be fine. It's going to open at 9. It's going to close at 5. We're going to stick with a very, very basic setup for the time being for all of these stores. Because we're only going to need, like, you know, very minimal staff. So we do need a stock clerk. Anyone here any good at that? You're pretty good. So you're hired as the stock clerk. You start at 9. You work 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 stock clerk, 1 cashier should be all we need. You, Paul Crawford, are amazing at what you do. You're hired. And there we go. So the Nerd Phone store is going to be opening. We are going to put smartphones all along this table. Or all of these tables. And I'm sincerely hoping that it does some good stuff. Now, what we could do is put some other products in here as well. As long, I think, as... If we look at smartphones, so Tier 3 demand, if I can remember correctly, we can look at it with cameras. Sell cameras in a store with over 50% of cameras. So as long as half of the stock in this shop is smartphones, we can sell other stuff in here. So what I'll do is I will sell, 1 unit of tablets. That's fine. I will sell maybe 1 unit of laptops, and then like 1 thing of MP3 players, and then we'll put more smartphones by the entrance. So that's a lot of smartphones in there. That is a lot of smartphones in there. But I'm hoping that it does some good stuff. I really am, because that could start being a relatively successful venture for smartphones, because it means that we are selling a bunch of smartphones. That's my plan here. So that's store number 1. Store number 2 could be cameras. I think store number 2 can be cameras. So store 22, we're going to go to manage, and we're looking for store 22 right there. We're going to zone it. We're going to assign it to mole storage 1. And that's okay. It's going to be another 9 to 5. We're going to hire a cashier. Anyone any good at being a cashier? You, Donnie Ballard, or Bollard. You are hired as a cashier, and you are going to be... Who's going to be hired here? You're not bad as a stock clerk, but you're a better cashier. You, Donald Spence, 73 years old, and hired as a man that's going to be carting about a bunch of heavy stuff. Good luck. Right. So if we go back into build here, I'm pretty sure these shops are going to be pretty much getting the same layout anyway, which is totally fine by me. Can I put cameras on a table? Yes, I can. Okay. So basically, yeah, these shops are going to have exactly the same layout, although slightly tweaked now that I look at it, because we can't put stuff in front of the door. But that's totally fine because we actually have another table up here, so that is actually completely fine by me. So I think it does have the same number of tables, they're just slightly shuffled about. But there we go. So that's all gonna go in there, hopefully, once my my builders get over here. I probably should move the maintenance center into this mall as well, but we'll do that shortly. I don't have a name for this shop either. That's something that's, I think I'll let you guys in the comments go ahead and figure that out. What are we going to call the camera store? It's going to sell nothing but cameras and maybe something else. I don't know what else it could sell, because, I mean, cameras and maybe we'll throw some MP3 players. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to sell in here. We're just selling a lot of cameras. Maybe, I mean, let's see. Tablets, maybe sell a tab. That's a TV. I just set TV sets on that one. So cameras there, and we want more cameras. Then let's go for more tablets, I guess. We'll go tablets. We'll do more laptops, and we'll do TV sets. Let's do that. That'll be fine. It's primarily cameras, though. That's the focus of this store, so I'm curious to see how that ends up performing. Now, we've spent a lot of money already. We've spent a lot of money here, but I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see this place open. Oh my god, this place is like full queues, and it's almost midnight. That's so ridiculous. It really is the most ridiculous thing. I love seeing that, though. I really do. I also realize I want to go to manage here. And store 22, I'm going to temporarily rename to the camera shop. So the camera shop. There we go. So we'll do it like, by the way, some people get really annoyed that I spell shop like that. I know it's not necessarily the correct way to do it. I just do it because it's fun. I do want to go to staff here, and I do want to go to stock clerk. I want you to start at 6 o'clock in the morning, and for the nerd phone store, we're going to do the same thing. You are going to start at 6 in the morning so that you actually get some stock into the place before people start showing up. And I guess we'll see what happens here. All of my staff can come in through these back doors, but all the people have to come in through here. So I'm curious to see if this goes well. I really want it to. I really want this to work because I'm excited to see the actual mall up and running. I could throw some other stuff in here. I could throw in vending machines and all that, but I don't think we need to. What I need to do is I need to see this place working, and I need to see it make some good money. That's my hope. I am a little concerned, I will admit, that we only have one checkout counter in here. Because that could be an issue. That could very well be an issue. Now, there is some good stock going into these two places. They are opening in about an hour. But we should be alright. Should be. That's the people turning up for work. That's beautiful. The shops are open. Anyone coming in? Anyone gonna buy a camera or a smartphone? Oh, hello. This guy's keen. There we go. Alright. So how much is that gonna charge you? That was $113, and you're buying something as well for $114. Okay. This is good. There's actually quite a few people coming in here for cameras, apparently. Oh, wow, there's so many people. I'm liking this. This is quite nice to see. Okay, this bodes well for the future. This is promising. Okay, here. Oh, hold on. What's this complaint we got? Queues are full at Beverage Plus. Really? I feel like there should be more people working in Beverage Plus there. Although queues are full everywhere, so we're not going to worry too much about it. Right, this place is working. People are buying things. It does close at 5 p.m. That is obviously a bit of an issue. We are going to need to get these places open a little bit later, but for a first day of work, I would say that was relatively successful. So what are we doing here? Cameras, there's 8 on display, there's 8 for demand, but no one bought. Smartphones, no tier 3 sales either. That's definitely a shame. There's demand for 11. We have 8 on display. I don't know if we'll be able to do much with that. TV sets could be next, but I feel like I want to go elsewhere. I feel like entertainment is not going to be the next one. Household items could be an interesting one. That's definitely a thing. We could do like light bulbs, bed sheets, cookware. Again, all of this stuff, there doesn't seem to be any tier 3 demand, but I do feel like I want to get some like slightly generic shops into the mall as well. So if we go to tools, for example, we haven't got any car tools, hand tools, or power tools on display in here. So let's do some tools. Let's get some tools on the go. So where would we put those? Where do tools go exactly? I actually have no idea. Table? Doesn't look like it. Clothing rack? I doubt it. Where exactly would I put... Are tools even... Hold on a minute. I right-click you. No. Hold up a minute. Are tools a new thing? Because I'm not seeing them. And if I go to the pallets up here... Are tools like a new thing? Because I feel like I haven't seen these before. There is demand for them. But I'm fairly certain I've never... If I research here... Tool supplier. Unlocks hand tools and power tools. I've completed this. Okay. So food shelves, no. Shelves... Can I... Hand tools and power... Okay, so it's a regular shelf that I need. That's fine. Right. Well, we're going to do it in a very similar way to the other shops. We're just going to bring a bunch of shelves up like this. Then a bunch of stuff done like this as well. And that's just going to be a bunch of different types of tools. So let's get ourselves the checkout counter. It's going to go right about there. And that should be fine. So store 24 is going to need managed, because we need to go to store 24 and say that it is going to be assigned to mole storage 2. But store 24 is going to be renamed to the tool. Or, yeah, no, you know what? Water tool is what we're going to rename that one to. So water tool, then it was storage 19, needs to be mole storage 2. So mole storage 2 is going to be that one. We do need all this stuff to be placed, but if we go to water tool, we can hire a cashier. You're pretty good at being a cashier, so Don Guerra. How do you pronounce that? I used to be able to pronounce that, and my brain is just drawn a blank. Completely drawn a blank, but you are pretty good at what you do. You're quite sociable, quite patient, so we'll hire you. Man, why can my brain, it's just not working. It's this whole being slightly ill thing is just throwing me through a loop. It's not great. Right, you're a pretty good cashier, so you're going to be hired for that. You're, gonna do the job. You're not very good at anything, but you'll have to do. Let's get you in at, 6 in the morning. This guy's putting all that stuff in there, so we're gonna want some tools. We're gonna go for... How many are we gonna go for? We're gonna go for every type of... I think we'll go for every type of tool to get started here. Just so we have a... Like, this is a product we are not currently selling much of. We're also not selling shaving cream and razors, toys. Yeah, there's a few things we're still not selling, but I wanna start selling, all of these in here. Just to sort of get a baseline for, well, selling them, I guess. I'd like to have some experience with selling these things. So we'll get all of those in there, and we have 3 more shelves to go, which is beautiful stuff. So get all of that in like so. Right. So that's all going to get stocked up. And that's going to be beautiful. We do have a giant... What are the complaints here? Restaurants. People really want the restaurants to be open a bit later. Or rather, what was the complaint there? I don't know why people were complaining about not having restaurants. The restaurant was open, so that's definitely a little bit weird. I will say, very nice to see this area over here actually working. Little bit annoying to see all the delivery vans coming in, parking over here, and then the people running over this way. Oh my god, look how many vans there are here. That's ridiculous. Why do we have so many delivery vans? What is this nonsense? What is this absolute nonsense? That's kind of peculiar. Anyway, we have a shed load of cash at the moment. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're going to go back to build some foundations. And I'd really like to see about getting a McDillan's in here. And I want a sizable place for it. I also want it to be opposite a bowling alley movie house combo. So we're gonna do this kind of thing. We're gonna build out like this. We're gonna make a kind of thin area here. Yeah, we're gonna oh, do I want this? Do I want the mole to just be like one big strip going down here, or do I want it to branch off a little bit? I don't know. That's the real question. I honestly don't know. What if we had a dedicated entertainment area? Although the problem is the bowling alley needs to be vertical, because I don't think you can flip the lanes. So I don't know. Maybe the bowling alley could be right at the end? That's a weird one. Definitely a weird one. Or we do 2 of them. We could do 2 bowling alleys. That is an option. What if we just do this? We could do a thin corridor. I don't think that's a good idea. I think I am going to go with this sort of idea of doing like a corridor down through the middle. So something like that can be built. Then up here, I'm going to do a fairly sizable bit of work. And I think that can be a McDillan's. I think that can be a McDillen's. Down here, I would like to get a movie house in here. I think that'd be kind of fun. Even if it's not that big, we could probably get a couple of screens in there. Probably. It's 20 across, so we could absolutely get a couple of relatively small screens in there. Although if we do it like that, the movie house doesn't need a storage area, so we'll build it right up. I think McDillen's can have its own storage space at the back, since it's going to be relatively busy. So that should be totally fine. If we go to objects, I do like the idea of having a double door just there, and a double door just there as well. We can sort of get one at the end as well, but that's going to be just a straight walk through at some point anyway. So yeah, movie house, new fast food restaurant, massive fast food restaurant. It's going to do some good stuff, I sincerely hope. Now let's see, what can we do for objects? If we go to order counter, we can get some nice long queues in here. But of course, we do need to be wary of the fact that we do need some good space for cooking. So what I think I'll do is I'm gonna... Oh my god, these queues need to be so long. They really, really do. Maybe the storage area for McDillen... Maybe we don't have McDillen's having its own dedicated storage area. Maybe it does share that one back there. Let's do some counters across like this. Let's get a lot of counters in here. I'm not a big fan of the wall of counters thing, especially since it takes up so much space with queues, but I can probably make that work. But what I'm thinking is we do fast food warmers like this. We do the soda dispensers like this, and we do the cooking ranges like that. And technically we can totally do that again, because we can put the ranges all up there. I think I'm going to try putting a bunch of ranges there. And we'll see what happens with it. Now, if we go to the restaurant tables, where exactly do the queues? The queues are on the right-hand side of all of these. So we can get tables there, 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 and there. Now, that's probably not the most pleasant layout for people, because they're, going to have people queuing beside them. But I think that'll be okay. I do absolutely think that'll be okay. Now, that's a lot of seating. It's a heck of a lot of seating, actually. But I'm excited about this. Quite excited to see if this works. Let's go to staff door and get one just in... I reckon there. Or right back there. We'll get a staff door right back there. So that's going to be the new McDillen's. And I'm okay with that. Now, if we have a look at walls, this is 14 across, which is actually a bit of a pain in the butt. But what we could do is, because 8's the middle, so we can have a little corridor down the middle, and we could have some like cinema screens in there, but I don't like the idea of the little corridor. So what we'll do is we'll have one big cinema screen like there, I think. Something like... we go across there. We can get one big cinema screen in that space. Or maybe that space. What distance is that? 10? So 5 and 6 are the middle there. So that'd be the two middle points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there. That's where I want that to go, because I want a set middle point. So that could be one big cinema screen. Then what we can do is have another cinema screen sort of here. A slightly smaller one. So we're still going to have the two screens, but that's all right. I don't really mind having just the two screens. I think that'll be okay. So we'll get a door there, and then we need the order counters. We'll get a couple of those. How many can we get across here? 1, 2, 3. 3 of them. Let's stick with 2 of them for the time being. Let's stick with 2, and I think this is pretty much all we're going to do for today, because this video is dragging on a little bit. We'll get these decorated, we'll get everything into them, and then next time we'll get them to be functional. And I'm excited to see how the cinemas are going to go, how McDillen's is going to go. I'm very, very keen to get all this stuff working. I'm also just going to go with one giant red carpet. Actually, no, let's do that sort of thing for there. That looks quite nice. We'll do it for there as well. but the cinemas themselves are just going to be red carpets. As for McDillan's, obviously, we're going to go for that kind of thing. We'll put it in the doorway there as well. Then out front can be small tiles. I think small tiles will work in here. So something like that. Not the most pleasant place in the world to be, but I kind of like it. Let's also do this sort of thing here. Like that. And maybe, actually, we'll just bring these tiles straight down the middle. You know what? Not a fan of that. I think we'll just go with the wood. I think the wood's probably best. There we go. Yeah, that looks alright to me. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have made some significant advances here. I'm curious to see how is water tool open? It is open. Did it make money? 7%, that'll do. The camera shop, 87%. Nerd phone store, 78%. So we are making money with these new shops. So I'm curious to see what we can do when the new McDillan's opens, the bigger McDillan's, possibly the more efficient McDillan's. I realize I haven't assigned any of these yet, though. So let's do that very, very quickly. Fast food restaurant here is going to just be fast food restaurant 31. We're going to have a new ticket lobby over here, which will just extend like so. We need movie theater. I realize I haven't put any of the furniture in those either. Bit of an issue. Can I get rid of that space there? There we go. All right, so that's totally fine. Let me just get the furniture into those and then we'll wrap things up because I'll totally forget to do that. And me forgetting to do things just makes me annoyed. So let's get the movie projector. I think that's the middle. Then the spectator seats are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I like the idea that we just do 1, 2... Actually, don't do the one at the end there. Let's remove one of those. Remove that one. Actually, you know what? It's really not going to make a difference, is it? I really don't think it matters what way I lay these out in the game, but I'm going to do them just sort of like this, because I think that'll be okay. I think we can get a lot of people into this particular screen. Going to be a lot of people down by the front. They're not going to be too happy with their seats, but they're going to have to deal with it. As for this screen, I think that's the midpoint there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not the midpoint at all. 1, 2, and then 3 on that side. That's a problem. So the midpoint of this one is actually there. Can I measure this? Hold on. Walls. What distance is this one? That's 8 as well. So there's no easy midpoint with this one. So it's just going to be like this. It's going to be a 3D screen. We'll put 2 projectors in here. We're not actually going to do that. That'd be a terrible idea. That's very expensive to do. The projectors are not cheap. We'll get 1 projector there. That's a bit of a smaller screen. But that's okay. I'm quite a fan of this. Let's assign storage for whatever this is called. Fast food restaurant 31 is going to be there. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the mall is well underway. Look at this nonsense. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see right there. Very, very happy. Quite keen to see if we can do some good stuff with it. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. So thank you kind of for watching. This has been another Brick in the Mall Part 12. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.